This video will show you how to use a graphics calculator for matrix calculations. So I've got the calculator emulator just here. So we'll start off with menu and we look in this run-mat section. So it's at the top left where you would do your normal calculations if you're just trying to add or multiply or anything like that. So my first example is this one here. A 2x2 matrix added to a second 2x2 matrix. So the first thing we need to do is we need to store these two matrices as letters in the calculator. Now the letters you see in red above each of these buttons is every single one of those letters can be stored as a matrix, so you can have every one be a different matrix. So to begin, press F1, which brings up the matrix menu. So matrix A equals none, B, C, D, etc., etc. They're all blank at the moment. So what you need to do is set the order of the matrix first. So just hit enter on matrix A. So M is the rows and N is the columns. This one's a 2x2, so I'm just entering 2 and then pressing execute here. Okay, hit enter again and it brings up the matrix. So we've got column 1, row 1, 1, 2, the second one, 3, 4. So I've now saved this matrix here. I'll just make a note for myself. This one here is A. I'll make this one B. All right. So that's matrix A finished. So now that's all entered. I'll just exit back out and we can see we've stored matrix A as a 2x2. Oops. And then we just go down to matrix B. That's also going to be a 2x2. And that is 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's finished. Now, we leave this section when we want to actually do the addition. So I'll exit that out again, and now we're back to the normal calculator. So anytime I want to do anything to do with matrices, we need to press this option button here. So option, and you can see it brings up a whole new set of options. Mat is what we're looking for, mat for matrices. So hit F2. Now, most of these buttons you won't need to worry about, but you will look at them next year in year 12. So we have to start with mat. So I've stored A as being the first matrix and B as the second one. If I hit mat, so it tells us matrix, and then alpha A. So that's matrix A. I can then just add that to matrix alpha to get the letter B and hit execute. And it gives the resultant matrix. So that's 6, let's double check, 1 plus 5. 2 and 6 is 8. All right, so that's addition, dead simple. Okay, I'll just overwrite those matrices we had before. So we'll exit out of this. Let's go back here, and back and forth a little bit. Okay, so I want to get back to this map button here. Now I'm going to just delete these two. So I've got delete here and delete A. So that's delete all. So yes, I want to delete all the matrices. Okay, so new A, now we're looking at example 2. Scalar multiplication. So A is still a 2x2 matrix. So 5, 1, -3, and 0. So that's stored. That's our matrix, new matrix A. So again, just exit back out until I'm into the first screen. I want to do 3 multiplied by matrix. Excuse me. Got the option button, so you've got to click option, and it's this mat that we want. Matrix alpha A. Okay, so we've got, just double check, it's 15, which is 3 times 5. 3 times 1 is 3. So that is scalar multiplication. It's just 3 multiplied by matrix A. All right, last one. So you can see this is taking me almost as long as it would to just multiply them in the first place. But if you're doing a lot of these different matrix calculations and they're very large matrices, it can be really efficient. So let's clear all of that out. Once again, I'm going to get rid of the matrices I've already got. So keep on exiting out until I get to this matrix column. Delete all again. Okay, so example 3. We've got these two matrices, matrix N and matrix P. So this is from one of the examples we've seen before, CDs and DVDs and their costs. The question's saying find the matrix multiplication n times p and save it as q. So we're doing n multiplied by p. First thing, before you even enter it in, we can just double check that this is even possible. So matrix n is a 2 by 2, and we are multiplying it, it's called dot product, of a 2 rows, 1 column, 2 by 1. So these are the same. So yes, we can do it, and we're going to end up with a 2 by 1, so a 2 row, 1 column. Okay, so I'll just enter them in first and see if I can actually get the right letters. Matrix n, yeah, and matrix n is a 2 by 2. All right, so that is 7, 4, 5, 6. And we'll just exit that. Matrix P is a 2 by 1, 2 rows, 1 column, which is 20 and 30. Okay, so then again, just exit back out to here, and then we want option matrix n, so alpha, and then simplify n multiplied by matrix alpha, that's p, which is just here. Oops, dimension error. Okay, so I've done 2 multiplied by a 2 by 1. Something's gone wrong here. I'm going to stop the video, work out what I've done wrong, and start again. Alrighty, here's my problem. You might have picked it up as I was recording. I've put matrix P in place of matrix O. Silly mistake. Okay, so deleted. Go into matrix P where it was meant to be in the first place. So it's a 2 by 1, and that is 20 and 30. Alright, let's try this again. So matrix n times matrix P, sorry. Alright, that's worked. So 260 and 280 are the summary totals of Ben and Nathan's sales. So final part of the question, save it as matrix Q. This is really useful because sometimes you might have to do a matrix multiplication, and then after that, maybe add on another matrix or divide it or something along those lines. So the last thing we do here, we just clear out of this space. So what the calculator has done is it's stored this matrix here as ANS, so as answer. I'll just exit out. Now we have to always tell the calculator that we're talking about a matrix. So again, we'll go into options, matrix, mat, and it's actually stored it as ANS, which is down here where the negative sign is. So instead of doing alpha, you have to do shift, ANS. So that's actually what our answer was stored as. We have to tell it that it's a matrix. And then we use this arrow here. Go to, or send it to, matrix, and then what did we say? Q. So matrix Q. Okay, now that's stored that there. So if I just clear out of that and then say matrix Q, we could go back and find it later. That's it. There's a few practice questions down the bottom here. So if you want to pause the video and give these a go, do that. Otherwise, there's plenty of questions in your booklets.